Welcome back to these Advent Reflections. I'm Paul Eby, journeying with you through these characters of the genealogy of Christ. We're going to talk, as promised, about Abraham, or at this time he's known as Abram, because God hasn't changed his name yet. And we're going to talk about something that is truly bizarre to us moderns, and that is, well, let's just read it. Remember that Abraham was 75 years old when God called him to leave his home and his family and his country to go into the land that God would show him. He also promised that he would make his name great and that he would be a blessing to all the families of the earth. He promised that Abram would have a family. And up until this point in time, he was childless. Now, about 15 years later, he's still waiting for God to fulfill his promise of having a child. And so his wife Sarah, well, known as Sarai at this time, this is what she said and did. You can read about this in the 16th chapter of Genesis. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children. She had a female Egyptian servant whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said to Abram, "Behold, now the Lord has prevented me from bearing children. Go in to my servant. It may be that I shall obtain children by her." And Abram listened to the voice of Sarai. So after Abram had lived 10 years in the land of Canaan, Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar the Egyptian, her servant, and gave her to Abram, her husband, as a wife. And he went in to Hagar, and she conceived. What is going on here? Who was Abram listening to at this point? Was Abram listening to God? I don't think so. He was listening to his wife Sarai, but he didn't trust in God. And so Hagar conceived, and she bore him a son, whom she named Ishmael. Ishmael means God hears. But did God condemn Ishmael? No. He promised to bless Ishmael, although he was not the son through whom Abraham would be a blessing to all the nations, all the families of the earth. What can we learn from this bizarre episode? This episode where this is where the enmity between the Jews and the Arabs started. Well, we have in our life a lot of things that we can be ashamed of. A lot of things we'd rather not talk about. Do we shame ourselves with that? Does God condemn us for that? He does not. He loves us even when we don't follow him. Even when we're distracted by our own goals and impelled by our own impatience to do things perhaps we shouldn't be doing. God still loves us. His love endures forever because he can't be anything other than he is. And God is love. So we should love ourselves a little bit in these times. Not to think of these past events in our life and condemn ourselves because of that, which is our human tendency. We should ask forgiveness. We should make reparation what we can do, but we should not condemn ourselves. Instead, we should turn to God and trust in His loving and steadfast mercy. Do I do that? Is there something in my life that I have not forgiven myself for? Let's do that today. Think about something that I've beat myself up over. Ask God again for forgiveness. Ask God to give me the strength to forgive myself. Tomorrow we're going to look at another very strange event in the life of Abraham involving his son Isaac, and we'll try and make some sense of that and apply it to our life. Until then, God's blessing.